before, under pressure and lights, reading faces through the silence of fights. Cards come and go, but the will stays tight. Every chip I earn is a scar made right. Bluffs can breathe and lies can run, but the river speaks when the deal is done. Stacks just numbers, hearts the test. Patience plays while the ego rests. You can't fake fire, you can't fake grit, and every lost soul folds when it's lit. The chips don't lie, they tell the tale of battles fought when logic fails. They show who breaks, who stands up tall. When the blinds rise and empires fall, you can bluff the table, bluff the sky. But when the dust clears, the chips don't lie. Stacked against fate, I've made my run. Built from dust, what fear undone. Lost it all, clawed it back. One big blind, one narrow track. I've read the tales and I've played the ghost, but the chips remember who needs it most. Stacks just numbers, hearts the test. Patience plays while ego rests. You can't fake fire, you can't fake grit, and every lost soul folds when it's lit. The chips don't lie, they tell the tale of battles fought when logic failed. They show who breaks, who stands up tall. When the blinds rise and empires fall, you can bluff the table, bluff the sky. But when the dust clears, the chips don't lie. You can fold the truth, hide behind the eyes, but chips record every whisper, every rise. They don't forget, they never blink, they sit and wait while players sink. The chips don't lie, they write the song of those who knew where they belong. No shortcut home, no lucky ride, just guts and grind and time on your side. You can run from doubt, but you can't deny when it's heads up for glory. The chips don't lie. The name, now come see the face. The cards are shuffled, we've set the pace. This ain't no friendly neighborhood game. This is the syndicate, we don't play the same. They say they got skills, they say they've got fire, but we built this table, raised it high. So call your crew and bring your best. It's multi-table mayhem, forget the rest. We don't fear the numbers, we don't flinch at the crowd. We rise in the silence, we strike loud and proud. Stack for stack, play by
Well, we were having a bit of an audio difficulty here, getting the microphone set up. It is the Gauntlet with the Assembly of the Syndicate, playing live on PokerNow.club, a free-to-play poker client. No money being exchanged here. This is all free poker, free roll poker, hosted by the Syndicate Poker Club on PokerNow.club. We got two tables running tonight. It's going to be a hot game. A lot of your usual suspects from the syndicate playing against some of the members of the assembly as they test every bit of their skill out in a tournament that is designed to really test their skills against each other and against the clock and against the blinds and see how they can manage chips, so on and so forth. We don't have a player listing for you. It's way too big tonight to really give to you right before we get rolling here. But here at table two, we got Eaton, the freak child, Calixi Dave, who's offline and away at the moment, Thunderbird, and XRP Vixen, all sitting over at table two. And then sitting over at table one, we've got Biggie Large, Jammer, Millie, Boss, Forking Ace, and Ms. Martinez, a member of the assembly over there on table one, alongside a full table of syndicate members. So she's got a challenge sitting for her over there. So far, quite a few players ready and raring to go on this first game of the Assembly Poker Club's first tournament series, the Gauntlet. So we'll get into some of the action here at table one. And we have to turn these sound effects off from time to time. I know some of you really actually enjoy listening to that. We'll try and bring that up from moment to moment as we get table to table. The audio doesn't switch very well as we go table to table. So bear with us as we get rolling here on this next hand. Blinds are sitting at 5-10. Small blinds to start, but the blinds go up very quickly. Everybody's getting 10 grand in chips. As Biggie Large goes up to 10. Our table is kind of lagging and slowing down over there. 9-4-7 on the flop. Rainbowed up. Millie's in the action going 50. Biggie Large is going 50. And another 7 hits the board here on table one. Millie's going up 100. Biggie Large is out. Ms. Martinez in the seat with the action. Says, dang it, as she calls with the jack of clubs on the river. 10 apiece. Full house with Millie's 7 over 9. Got two tables running tonight here on the Gauntlet series getting started. Either tonight, this morning, designed for a lot of overseas players, overnight players, and everybody in between with the Syndicate Poker Club and its underling, the Assembly. Go take a peek at table two. What's going on over there? Everybody just kind of limping in on the flop here. 9-8-7 on the board, two hearts. Vixen going up 20. Calixi going up 100. That'll take Freakchild out of the running. Vixen with Eaton folding out of that one. He will take it down. Dave will take that one down. Blinds already up to 10-20. We're on the second level of blinds. Blinds will be going up quickly as the game progresses. And they'll be going up sharply after they get through the first break. Not only will the blind levels still stay at about the same time length, but they will be going up even bigger and bigger and faster, if you will, just to kind of test how everybody manages their chip stacks. So with that, we will just sit back and watch and see how the game progresses. This is the Syndicate Poker Club hosting the Assembly of the Syndicate's Gauntlet first game. Being played on PokerNow.club, a free-to-play poker client. Complete free roll poker here, so all the censors don't throw us into an R rating or an NC-17 rating. Alexi Dave saying that the blinds are too small and the timer is too long. Apparently, Dave did not take a look at the blind structure for this game, as it will start raising drastically and fast as the game gets ready to progress even further. So hopefully it'll make him happier as the game progresses on. Well, not much going on here. They're kind of slowing down and talking away. Well, let's go take a peek at table one. Maybe we'll take a peek at table one. There we go. A little bit of action going on over there. Got a couple of 5s and a 4 on the board there. Looking like a wheel. Maybe a little bit more than a wheel over there. Sound effects are not matching. That's a different table we're hearing. Gang's getting it rolling over here. We are going to take a look at the leaderboard. That'll give you kind of a player list for you of who all's playing. We got 4 King Ace Hole, Eaton, Thunderbird, Millie, Vixen, Flixie Dave. Who else do we got? We got Boss, Jammer, Freakchild, of course, and Biggie Large. Rounding out about the top 11 of that leaderboard, even though it says 10. Full tournament tonight, 2 tables running tonight, so we got a lot of action to keep up on for you guys tonight. We'll be flipping tables back and forth, trying to keep up with what everybody is doing here. Over on table one, we've got ace 6-10 and now a 7. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds. Ms. Martinez going out with 20. Everybody limping in. Ms. Martinez will check that third club on the river, and we'll take it down with a pair of aces. Quick show times for the cards as well. Once again, a big test of endurance, quick decision making, chip stack management. Definitely a very different game style than everybody is used to. The Assembly group of players who are trying to get up into the syndicate level and play some of the bigger games for the bigger glory, if you will. The Syndicate Poker Club plays for free, but they play just as much for real as anybody who's playing for real money. I'll give you a split screen on all the action that's going on live right now. Head over to table 2. Freakchild's gone up $1.35. Vixen will go out. Dave goes out. Freakchild pops it up to 315. Eaton on the call, or fold, or raise. Eaton will fold it. Freakchild showing pocket nines. Nice hand. Freakchild folding his small blind. We got a king 5 ace. 2 hearts on the board. Eaton checks it over to Vixen, who checks it down to Dave. Another queen comes on the turn with everybody checking so far over to Dave. Talking up a storm in the room. 30 from Dave. And Eaton will go up to a $1.05. And Dave will let him take that one down. Eaton had the straight and could have caught a nice little flush there. Would have given him some good chips. Pop off into another hand here before we go check in on table 1. Everybody folding out. Eaton in the small blind at 1530. Vixen checks the option. 4-3 queen. 2 hearts with the 3 and the 4. Another 3 on the board. This one a spade. Check down to the river. 10 of clubs comes out. Both players check it. And Eaton. Ooh, having 3 of a kind. Whole set there that didn't bet. Interesting play. Very interesting play. So that's what's going on at table 2. Let's go back to table 1, check out what's going on over there. With Boss, Jammer, Biggie, and everybody taking on Ms. Martinez from the Assembly. Got an 8-6-7 on the board there. Possible straight coming. 30 from Jammer. Called by Mrs. Martinez. Or am I got that backward? No, that's correct. I had to look away for a second there. Jack of diamonds on the turn. Checked up the Jammer. And checked around with a Definite straight sitting out there big time right now. Who's got the 9? Who's got the 9? Who's got the 9 queen? Who's got whatever's going on out there? Buck 82 from Jammer. Ms. Martinez calls it. Millie's out. And Biggie's out. And Ms. Martinez had the big one. Jack, or sorry, with the 9 Jack going, or, blah, blah, blah. It's 2 a.m. here where we're broadcasting. Give me a break. Give me some more coffee. Oh, goodness gracious. How about this? We will give you guys a few tunes as we continue on with the Syndicate, the Assembly of the Syndicate's Gauntlet Tournament, Game 1. Played on PokerNow.club, and we'll give you more information where to find out more about the poker clubs and how to join in just a bit.
I played it tight, like the books all say. Laid down queens just the other day. Did the math, felt real mature. Didn't trust that board, I was feeling sure. Then she showed Jack 5, hit a boat by fluke, and I died a little inside, sipping warm kombucha. I pulled a full house, Lord help me now. Was trying to be wise, didn't want to kowtow. They're shoving with nothing, I'm playing it down, and every bad player is taking me down. Next hand I flop trips, feeling the flow, then some dude insta jams like a TV show. I tank and fold, say nice hand, real kind. He flips over 6 high like he lost his mind. He says I had a blocker, then orders a coke, and I question my career and all of my hopes. I folded a full house, I let it go. They shove with their still steal the show. Every read I make is painfully right. The poker gods ghosted me out of spite. I study the charts, I play like a pro. They're eating hot dogs and winning the dough. One guy said I don't even know how to play, then turned quads and skipped away. I'm dreaming of bingo, where the rules make sense, cause this table's a circus and I'm on the fence. I folded a full house, can't sleep at night. They're raising with Uno cards out of spite. I'm begging the dealer to just deal me out, while Chad goes all in with the mustard stain shout. So next time I see it, I might just call, even if the board's paired with 4 overcards and a flush draw.
Well, we are back on the microphone. What you doing here? You drinking coffee or you drinking whiskey? It don't matter. As long as you're playing cards for free at PokerNow.club with the Syndicate Poker Club, that's what matters. We're here looking at table 1 now of the Assembly of the Syndicate's Gauntlet, game number 1. Ms. Martinez, the Assembly player, taking on the Syndicate players. Full table of Syndicate players for her to take on against Forking Ace, Old Boss, Millie, Biggie Large, and Jammer. Take a quick peek at our leaderboard here real quick. Maybe when we get the proper graphics up there, gang. Thank you. Right now, Millie sitting in first. Ms. Martinez sitting in second. Eaton, the other another assembly player, coming in at third so far. Biggie Large, Freak Child, rounding out fourth and fifth. And Calixi Dave, Calixi Dave, Thunderbird, Boss Jammer. And down there in 11th, just barely showing his face, Forking Ace Hole. So Syndicate members getting battled up here pretty quick by the Assembly members in the Gauntlet. Hopefully Dave has found some hope that in the fact that the blinds have started to raise up a little bit as we watch table one with a Jack 6-3 on the board, two clubs. Jack of Hearts sitting there in first position. King of Diamonds comes up on the turn. Jammer and Millie going head to head. Buck 50 from Jammer will be enough to take her out of the equation. We will head off to another 20-40 hand on table one. Biggie Large going up 80. Ms. Martinez will call it. Millie will stay in the hand. 2 5s and a king, 2 diamonds. 5 and a king of diamonds and a 5 of spades. Millie's going 40 as everybody else checks it. Jammer checks it with a 4 of spades on the turn. Checked out to an ace of spades on the river. And they check it down. Millie with pocket threes. Taking down 2 pair. 5's over. And we'll be back in just a second.
This one's for the grinders, the ghosts of bankrolls past, and everyone who's ever lost to a guy named Ricky, holding 6'9" offsuit on a prayer.
I had the nuts on the turn, felt like a king, counting my chips, hearing the angels sing. He called my shove like he couldn't care less, said let's see what happens, oh no this fucking ass. Board paired the river, my soul took a hit, he slow rolled me quads while eating Cool Ranch chips. Down by the river of tears, where dreams drown deep and love disappears. These stupid fuckers floating down the river, sitting on the toilet and then they flush. I played it right, but fate interferes. Now I'm floating alone on a river of tears. Another day, another dollar lost. Flopped a straight thought, I'll show him who's boss. He called with two pair, weak as can be. Then the board paired up naturally. He fist bumped a guy in a Scooby-Doo hat while I stared at the felt flat on my back. Down by the river of tears, where dreams drown deep and love disappears. These stupid fuckers floating down the river, sitting on the toilet and then they flush. I played it right, but fate interferes. Now I'm floating alone on a river of tears. I once believed in math, in discipline, in range, but now I believe in bad beats and emotional change. They say variance, I say witchcraft. They say don't tilt, I say laugh on my behalf. Cashed out my chips, walked into the night, past the neon sign and the soda Sprite light. My bankroll's gone, but my soul remains, scarred by maniacs and psychic pains. If you see me wandering with hollow eyes, just know the river's where my sanity lies. Down by the river of tears, where straights get cracked and you face your fears. It's not just the cards, it's the pain of the peers who hit runner and then cheers. Yeah, I'll see you again on that river of tears.
Well, we are back with the Assembly of the Syndicate's Gauntlet game number 1. Watching table number 2 right now. With a 6-7 ace sitting on the board. Gave you a little sneak peek of where to check out the Syndicate Poker Club at syndicatepokerclub.com. The Gauntlet being played over at PokerNow.club. Free-to-play poker client. This is a free roll poker tournament between the parent club and the underling club, if you will. Some of the members of the assembly taking on members of the syndicate. In a little bit of a test called the Gauntlet, out to test everybody's chip management and patience and endurance as the blinds start to go faster and get raised higher and quicker as the game goes on. Currently at 5,100 for the blinds as we watch Dave and Freakchild going at it here on table 2. with a couple of jacks on the board. Freakchild take down 2 pair. Quick showdowns there. They're not showing their cards for too long to allow the testing of all the players, really. Not giving them time to really analyze how the hand actually went. So Thunderbird has gone offline, but maybe back, maybe going in and out. Got Dave, Freakchild, and Vixen going at this one with a 3, 4, 5, 7 on the board. Dave going for a $1.50. Freakchild calling a 9 of hearts, rounding it out on the river. And that will be enough from Dave on his bet to take down Freakchild. No show. We'll never know what he had. Everybody limping in on this one. Eaton on the option. Queen deuce 3, rainbowed up, 1 of each suit. Freakchild checking it over to Eaton. He's going 3. And that will be enough to get everybody out of that hand. As we wander over to table 1 to see what kind of action Ms. Martinez has got going on over there with a full table of syndicate players. Got a big pot getting started here with a $1.50 from Acer, Biggie Large, and Jammer all calling for an 8-6 deuce on this flop. Checking around to Acer, everybody checking it to see the 6 of spades come out on the turn. And checking it around to working ace hole, who checks it for a river. 10 of hearts. Checked. All the way down and out. King Jack. Ace will win that one. Blinds have popped up quite significantly. We're at 75, 150. Everybody but Millie in this hand. 4, 5, 5. Rainbowed up. I would sure hope so with 2 5s out there. Imagine if we had 5, 5 suited out there. Now a 3. Wheels starting to come to light out there possibly. Everybody's checking around. And if anybody's got the ace or the 6 on this one. Got a nice little straight going. Still a possibility of a boat. Acer saying he's got a hand of 375. Biggie saying his is bigger. And his is bigger. We'll never know what Acer had. But Biggie having the 6 high straight. Ten, 3, 5. Another rainbow flop. Boss going 6, 18. Coming around with a 7 of diamonds on the turn. $1.50 from Boss and Jammer calls it. Deuce. Checked. $1.50 from Jammer. Called by Boss. Jammer hiding his little pocket aces, being sneaky. Good old jam rock and roll with a player profile for tonight. Syndicate overall 13th right now. I'm not sure if that PokerNow ranking is correct. Love some Hold'em. 68 years old, hailing from Australia. Once flopped quad aces at the Flamingo in Las Vegas. one of the elder players on the Syndicate side. We don't have any player profiles for the Assembly at this moment. But if you get over to PokerNow.club, you can always play with any of them that you're seeing on tonight's broadcast. Here with the Syndicate Poker Club on PokerNow on YouTube. Free roll poker game brought to you by KFRK Entertainment Limited. Hop off of table one. Let's go check out what's going on table two. Dave getting feisty with 450 bet. Blinds are still 75, 150. Dave and Eaton, two Assembly players, going heads up here against each other. And Dave will take that one down. As we take a little peek at our leaderboard and where everybody's sitting now, Millie's up in first, Big Large second, Dave's up in third. Everybody else has kind of dropped. Freakchild all the way back down to seventh. Boss taking up that little peekaboo spot in 11th. Acer's moved up one. No peekaboo from Acer at this point. As we see everybody coming in for a family pot on table two with a king, deuce, queen. Vixen checks it over to Thunder. Thunder's checking it over to Dave, who says $1.50. Freakchild will call it. Going over to Thunder now. See if he will stay in the hand after Vixen calls. And made time out here. There we go. 9 of diamonds on the turn. Vixen checks it over to Dave for $1.50. Freakchild calls it. Vixen. She'll take a peek. 3 diamonds on the river. Check, check. Freakchild going up $16.50, betting the pot. And he will show a 6 of diamonds. Blinds have gone up yet again. We're already at 100, 200 now. Dave popping it up an extra 2. Off to Thunderbird on the small blind, who already had a raise. Or no, I'm sorry, that's not a raise. He was in the big blind, who had a dead small. Eight king 5, 2 spades. Deuce of clubs comes on the turn. Dave will check it over to Freakchild, who in turn checks it. 3 of hearts. As both players check it, Dave taking it down with the ace-10 high card. And where are we at? Vixen's folded. Thunderbird's in the action. Let's call a $200 chip, I should say. But he's going to raise it up to 6. Dave's out. Freakchild will go out. Eaton will go for the extra 4. Eaton checks it with a 7-6 deuce, 2 hearts. 4 from Thunderbird, called by Eaton. Checked. Thunderbird. Thunderbird will go 4. And that will be enough for a fold from Eaton. Showing big slick suited. So let's go take a peek over at table one, see what's going on over there now. as they get into another new hand over there. Still full table. Ms. Martinez holding her own against the Syndicate Club there. Biggie Large, being the big bully that he is taking everybody's chips, it looks like, at that table. Three diamonds sitting out there. Got a flush draw. Now we got a boat draw, straight draw, trip draw. What do we got going on out there? Boss says she's got 400 worth of something over to Biggie. And that will be enough to get him out of that hand. Shows her a6. Biggie's going up, being the big bully. Pocket queens. Rightfully so. $100, $200 on the blinds. Boss in the small blind. Millie, $200 on the big blind. And it will be a battle of the blinds here. Boss will go up an extra 2 over to Millie, who's not going to play that. Still got our full gambit of players on the tables right now. Ace, deuce, 5. And a couple of 6s to end that board. And Acer will take that one. And we just had a big upset over at table 2. Looks like Freakchild just took Dave down for a huge hit with a straight. We didn't get over into that split screen in time, but Freakchild, we need to go over to table 2. Thank you. Freakchild has just taken Calixi Dave for a big amount of money there. Big amount of chips, I should say. We got to use the right wordage on our free-to-play poker site. We don't want to become NC-17 on YouTube. Don't you guys know you can't be playing the real stuff? You can only play the fake stuff on YouTube. Calixi Dave going up against Freakchild again. But Freakchild not playing that. Let's take a peek at our leaderboard and how that just changed dramatically. Freakchild just jumped up into first with Biggie Large now in second. Millie's sitting third. Millie's sitting third. So she's third. You see, guys? I can slur my words. And that put Calixi Dave all the way down in 11th. Now he's playing peekaboo. And Boss has moved up. Forking Acehole's moved up into 5th since we checked the leaderboard last. Here on the Gauntlet, the Assembly of the Syndicate, the underling first tournament series of the club, as they take on some of the members of the syndicate to see how they fare in a grueling test of chip management, patience, and having to sit under the gun for sure. We will pop back over to table 1 and see what's shaking over there. Everybody just kind of shipping chips around. As we sit with 200, 400 on the blinds now. Ace 4, 3 on the flop. 2 clubs now. 1200 from Acer. Going with it, with the flow will be Boss. Over to Jammer. Getting out of there. Another wheel sitting on the board possibly. 18 from the Acer. Called from Boss. Boss about to go all in possibly. 505 all in. And Boss will be the first victim of the Gauntlet. Acer taking it down with the straight. So Boss taking in last place for the Gauntlet game 1. As the forking ace hole does his not quite sure what's going on with tonight. So we will actually cut back over to a few tunages for you for now, and we will be back in just a moment. How about everybody's favorite online poker saying, "What the fuck?"
I raised it up with kings in the hole. Dude across the table starts acting bold. He goes all in with jack and a 3. Offsuit garbage like seriously. Flop comes down and I'm feeling strong. Until he hits a runner straight and sings a song. What the fuck were they thinking? Playing trash like it's gold-plated bacon. No position, no odds, no rhyme or reason. But they keep winning like it's cheating season. I study charts, they drink and blink. Tell me again, what the fuck were they thinking? Lady on the button calls with 8-4. No suited, no straight, not even a lure. I flop top, says she flops nothing at all, but chases backdoor hearts like she heard a call. Turning river come just like a prayer. Now she's stacking my chips like life's not fair. 8-4 offsuit goes all in. 9-2 offsuit goes all in. 6-3 offsuit calls a shove, and the whole damn table's feeling the love. What the fuck? They said tight is right, I believed in the grind, but these maniacs keep robbing me blind. They moonwalk through hands with pure disrespect, while I'm sweating GTO, trying to protect. She called a triple barrel with second pair. They said I don't know, it felt lucky there. What the fuck were they thinking? Wearing flip-flops, talking smack and drinking. Every rule I follow, they just break. Then high-five each other with my big steak. I play it smart, they don't even blink. I need a priest. What the fuck were they thinking? What the fuck were they thinking? Running wild like poker's just instincting. I got charts, I got notes, I even got a coach. They got vibes and a lucky cockroach. So if you're asking why my stack is shrinking, don't ask me, man. What the fuck were they thinking? Maybe I'm the fool. Maybe none of this means anything. God damn it. Sat down with a stack, feeling just right. Read the whole table like a book last night. But then a guy in Crocs and a cowboy hat called my raise with 7 deuce. Imagine that. Flop comes down, not there in sight. He rivered a straight, said, I just playing for the vibes, alright. Oh, all in, all night. These fuckers just can't play right. They call with trash, hit the light. I'm losing chips to fools in flight. Luck's on vacation, skills out of sight. Still I'm all in all night. Hands like this all night, one last try. Got kings in the hole, fell 10 feet high. Big blind calls with a face full of fries. Flop strips with a 9, I don't know why. He said 9's my lucky number, dude. I tipped my hat and ordered comfort food. I study GTO solvers and charts. They study cartoons and follow their hearts. One guy said oops as he showed his hand. Flopped a full house with a beer in his pants. I cried inside but I kept my cool while the guy next to me played chess with a pool noodle. All in, all night. We're donkeys dancing, sharks lose fights. They hit their gut shots just for spite. I'm down to crumbs but still polite. If I go broke, at least I wrote this song. All in, all
Well, we just saw a nasty boat over boat win over on table 2. Thunderbird taking a big chunk of Freak Child there. With his sneaky little 7 taking over Freak Child's original. Trip 3s were okay, but those trip 3s ended up being the death of Freak Child there. Well, not the death of, but definitely took a big hit there. Let's take a look at that leaderboard now. Thunderbird now jumping up into second. Acer has popped up into first. Boss having gone out in 11th. Eaton hanging on in the bottom spot there with Biggie Large right above him. As we see a King 6-8. Freak Child's action here on table 2 of the Gauntlet. The Assembly of the Syndicate's first game of their very first series. All of them out to prove that they have what it takes to be a part of the syndicate. Freak Child taking that one down. 2 pair kings and 9s. Caught that 2 pair on the river. As we pop out here and take a quick gander over at table 1. Where Ms. Martinez still holding her own as blinds are at 300, 600. They will see a flop with Biggie Large and Acer in on this one. 5-7 King, 5 and 7 of hearts. Big large having the king. For a pair. Millie on the option. We'll check it. 2, 4, 9. 2 and the 9 are diamond up. And as it turns out, we will be taking a break after this hand for just a few minutes, as Jammer will be making an exit on this final hand before the break. Jam Rock and Roll will go out. Forking Ace Hole will take that one as we are on break for approximately 5 minutes. There will be no more action for the next 5 minutes. We will be coming back to 400, 800 blinds, as the blinds will start to increase in bigger increments after the break. So where we sit at the break currently, Forking Ace Hole sitting in first, Thunderbird rounding out second. Forking Ace Hole currently almost sitting double up on second place right now. And Freakchild sitting down in third, followed by Millie, Ms. Martinez, Dave, and then Vixen, Biggie Large, and Eaton rounding out the bottom part. Jammer taken out and gone out in 10th. Right here on the Gauntlet, Game 1, the Assembly of the Syndicate. And the Syndicate, which you can find playing on PokerNow.club, but you can also find the Syndicate at syndicatepokerclub.com. Stats, rosters, games, also links to all the live streams, and how to join the club and become part of the syndicate. All listed there. So you can take a peek at that over at syndicatepokerclub.com. We will be back in just a moment with the after break action as the blinds start to go up more dramatically very quickly. We'll be right back.
I've been here before, under pressure and lights, reading faces through the silence of fights. The name, now come see the face. The cards are shuffled, we've set the pace. This ain't no friendly neighborhood game. This is the syndicate, we don't play the same. They say they've got skills, they say they've got fire, but we built this table, raised it high. So call your crew and bring your best. It's multi-table mayhem, forget the rest. We don't fear the numbers, we don't flinch at the crowd. We rise in the silence, we strike loud and proud. Stack for stack.
Well, we are back with the Assembly of the Syndicate's Gauntlet right here on YouTube. As for some reason, things are not popping up like they're supposed to. There we go. We are back from our quick 5-minute break. Just got back from the midway break of this two-table tournament. 11 players in tonight's game, or this morning's game, or this afternoon's game, depending on where you're joining us in the world. This is the Syndicate on PokerNow, pokernow.club, free-to-play poker client on YouTube. As we move over to table one with Biggie Large, Millie, Forking Ace Hole, Syndicate members, having Ms. Martinez, one of our assembly members, sitting in on that table, holding her own quite nicely as the blinds go up to 400, 600, or sorry, 400, 800. But Biggie Large is not having that. He's going up to 2,300 pre-flop, and with his ace-10 will be enough of a bet to get everybody to fold out of that. And over on table two, we have Eaton, Thunderbird, Calixi Dave, XRP Vixen, and the Freak Child. Eaton and Dave are assembly members, also holding their own. Dave and Freakchild going at it again with ace-10-9, two clubs. Dave's going all in. Freakchild calls it at 6,400. Dave had the ace-4, but Freakchild had the ace-queen. It looks like he will be out-kicked here, and he will be. Freakchild will take out Calixi Dave as we come back from that 5-minute break. And that will bring us down to the final table, table one. So our two-table mini tournament, I guess you could say, miniature multi-table with two tables. Everybody will join up now. So our final table made up of the Freak Child, Eaton, XRP Vixen, Ms. Martinez, Forking Ace Hole, Eaton. Oh, did I say Eaton? I already said that. Millie and Biggie Large and Thunderbird. As we see 8 ace, queen of hearts, jack spades, and a 7 of spades. Ms. Martinez and Ace are checking it down, probably waiting to get the rest of the crew into the hands now. As we get started full blown here. With Forking Ace Hole in the chip lead currently at 30,000 chips. A little over 21,000 for Freak Child. Thunderbird not far behind at 18. And then Ms. Martinez, Millie, XRP Vixen, Eaton, and Biggie Large. The big bully is bringing up the rear now at 2,500-ish. As the blinds are at 400, 800. 6 Queen 3, rainbowed up. And we will actually be able to bring you a little table noise to break up the monotony of my voice. 2 queens on the board now. 2 queens, 2 clubs, and a 3 of hearts rounding out the river. Millie checks it over to Biggie, who checks it to Vixen, who checks it, and we have 2 pair, queens and 3s, but Vixen had the ace kicker to take that one down. Blinds 400, 600 million, biggie, respectively. Freak Child will head out of that one. Freak Child taking on a little bit of a beating and beating up some people all at the same time. Says he hails from Pluto at 127 years old. He is the second overall syndicate player currently. The PokerNow.club sit and go ranks are not correct at this time, so ignore that. Finishes Denver Poker Tour 27th overall. Annoyed by donks. Once again, one of the syndicate players who just folded. Eaton and Ms. Martinez still hanging on from the assembly. As everybody's folding out, Biggie Large will go all in. And Thunderbird only to call 144 on this. And no go. Oh, fold offline. But Biggie Large did have a pair of jacks. Thunderbird losing connection again. Thunderbird in the small blind. Blinds have gone up 500 to 1,000. As we said, the blinds are going to start going up very dramatically here now. Everybody managed their chip stacks pretty well to this point, but now it's all about keeping a hold of them as the blinds go up dramatically and they get bigger faster. And Thunderbird will be checked or folded out of that one, being offline. Freak Child's action over to Vixen, 1750. Ms. Martinez. Oh, Miss Martinez, are you there? She is there. She's going to call that. Freak Child's out. Another heart. That puts 3 there. And Vixen going all in. Takes it with the ace high flush. Proper bet for sure there. Acer calling the blind for 1,000. Millie's out. Biggie's going to play. Thunderbird still offline. Coming and going. It happens in online poker. Freak Child will call. Over to Eaton, who will check his option. 8, 9, 10. Freak Child going for 4,000. Betting the pot there. That'll take Eaton all in if calls, and does. And if Biggie Large calls, he'll go all in. Oh, Acer comes over the top on that one at 11-3. That's enough to get Freak Child out of there. And sure enough, Forking Ace-Hole flopped the straight, Queen High straight. And that will take Eaton out. And a commanding lead now for the Forking Ace-Hole at 40 grand. Thunderbird now at 18. That little snafu from Freak Child ended up taking him down a little bit, down to 3rd. Vixen Millie and Ms. Martinez still hanging in. Biggie Large all in on this one. With a 9-5 against a 9-jack. And the 2 pair jacks and 4s will take that one. I'll keep Biggie Large alive for just a moment. With these dramatically moving blinds at this point. Reach out with a bold move going all in. Or sorry, putting everybody else all in. I thought that was an all in, but that's enough for everybody to pop out of there. Shows an ace queen suited spades. Everybody folding out. Reach out going up 35. That would be a pot bet, I believe. Vixen will call that one. Reach out going 81-51, which will take Vixen all in. She says no. And Freak Out showing pocket jacks over Vixen's king queen. Another crazy hand from Freak Child there. He's either got it or he doesn't, that's for sure. Acer checks the 3 deuce king. 2 clubs on the board, just the 2 and the 3. Another king shows up. It's a heart. Acer checks it over to Millie. Biggie large at 488, still only checking. Vixen's going to start putting some moves out for $2 grand. Acer's the only caller. Vixen and Acer heads up. And turns out Acer had that one. So there you go. Biggie large, all in blind for 488 in the big blind. And this will be an automatic showdown. Ace jack, ace deuce. Could be a race. Not much of a fair one. And we just hit the wrong button there. And jack comes out. And that will do in Biggie large. Millie will take that one down for almost $1 grand of what was left on that one. So Biggie large moving out. Syndicate 6th overall. Syndicate always making fun of Biggie large because he's always late for games. Not late for this game, that's for sure. Made the final table here. On the Gauntlet with the Assembly of the Syndicate. Here on YouTube. Playing live on PokerNow.club. Couple of 4s, a 3, and an ace of hearts to come on that turn. Thunderbirds action. Ms. Martinez will get aggressive. As the blinds are 750, 1500 already. As we said, the blinds are going to go up pretty dramatically now after the break. And Freak Child will check his action. 5 deuce 10. Freak checks it. Vixen checks it. Millie checks it. King of diamonds. Check, check. Millie checks it. And a 3 of hearts. Freak Child checking it again. Vixen may have caught something huge here. Well, whatever it was pocket trip 10s. We'll take that one. Nice hand. Well played. Over to Millie to call the 1500 blind. She'll be out. Thunderbirds next. No go. Freak Child will call. And the flop comes out. Jack 6-3, 2 diamonds. Freak will check it. Ms. Martinez going 15. Freak Child calls it. Heads up now. Freak Child checks it over to Martinez. She will check it. 4 of clubs. And a check, check. And looks like Freak Child was chasing a flush there. Ms. Martinez will take that one down. Acer sitting quietly in first here. Pretty much doubled up over everybody right now. Probably just waiting for the next victim. Forking ace hole. His best PokerNow sit and go rank. He has been first He has been a PokerNow sit-and-go season champion. He's most annoyed by lucky fuckers on the river. Hails out of Los Angeles, loves Omaha more than anything, though. But is also sitting first in the Syndicate overall point rankings currently over at the Syndicate side of the poker clubs. The formidable opponent, as they call him. As we wait for Thunderbird's action here on this final table of the Gauntlet. Everybody going and limping in for 15 with a 4-5 queen, 2 hearts, 5 and a queen of hearts, 1 diamond, and that's a 4. 15 from Martinez. Millie called it. 15 again from Martinez with the 8 of spades on the turn. Millie is milling about. We'll call it 5 of diamonds. That'll pair up the board on that river. 15 from Ms. Martinez. Millie take almost another half of her chip stack if she calls. She will not. Ms. Martinez will take it with trip queens. Well, full boat. Queens over 5s with her pocket queens sitting there. Thunderbird in the action. No go. Freak Child's out. Vixen will pop out of there. As we see a queen, jack, 4, 2 spades, queen and 4 of spades, jack of hearts. Millie goes 15, but enough to get Acer out of there with a pocket 3s. A lot of overcards on that board. Freak Child popping out. Blinds are still 750, 1500 for about, what, another minute or so? Oh, only another 30 seconds here. So probably by the end of this hand, we'll be going up again to 1,000, 2,000 for the blinds. As we said, the blinds will start going dramatically. They're going to be going up 500, or well, 250 at this point. 1,500. Called, and Thunderbird in the option, possibly timing out here again in the interim. Oh, we got our 656 rainbowed up, obviously. 2 6s as we go over to Thunderbird from Millie's check. Check the Vixen. Down to Ms. Martinez, who will check it out for a 3 of spades on the turn. Millie says, "What do you got?" Thunderbird checks it over to Vixen. Vixen goes 2 grand. Ms. Martinez calling it up. Millie's out. Thunderbird going up over the top on that for another 2 grand. Vixen calls. Ms. Martinez calls. Now we got a pair of 3s on the board. So 2 pair on the board. 6 is over on the board. And there's a big bet that indicates a boat. And sure enough, Thunderbird once again with the bigger boat over another boat. And it's the 3s again this time. At 3s over 6s, and that was beaten by 6s over 3 by Thunderbird. Sneaky little guy. Vixen going all in on this one. Hails from North Carolina. Loves Hold'em. Sitting 11th overall in the syndicate. Most annoyed by douchebag players. Been playing with the syndicate for quite a little while here. One of the more overnight active players of the Syndicate Poker Club. Plays in the World Shift Series on Wednesday morning, Tuesday nights, however you want to look at it, depending on what part of the world you're at. 2 kings on the board. Check from Thunderbird. Check from Freak Child. 10 of clubs. And the 2,000 bet. Kings over 6 is another boat for Thunderbird. Could not get any action on that. Take a peek at what our chip stacks actually are. Thunderbird now popping over the top of forking ace hole. Just by 1,000. Freak Child bringing up third. Ms. Martinez holding on to that fourth spot with Millie hanging on to fifth. Vixen went out in sixth. So there is where our leaderboard sits currently as we start seeing these blinds go up again here pretty quickly. We're at 1,000, 2,000 right now. We will see them go up to 2,000, 4,000 on the next blind raise in about 5 minutes. A little under 5 minutes. Thunderbird's action. Millie on the option, hanging on with only 1944 left in the stack. If she calls, this will put her all in. She does. All in, looking good. With a nice little straight. And that will be enough to double her up. Just a little over a double up there. Or perhaps that was a double up. Freak Child getting out of the way. Ms. Martinez will hang out. Acer's done. Millie going $2,000. Queen of spades. And then a 4 or 5 of clubs. $6,000 sitting in the pot. As Thunderbird checks it over to Ms. Martinez, she will check it out for a 7 of diamonds on the turn. Millie checking. Thunderbird. Will go $2,000. Ms. Martinez out on the minimum bet. Millie says no thank you with a straight from Thunderbird. Thunderbird getting some decent cards all of a sudden here again. Coming on strong. $1,000 to go for Thunderbird. Out. Freak Child checks it out. Jack 3, 8, 2 spades. Freak will pass it over to Millie. Checks it back. 7 of diamonds on the turn. Millie checks it. A 4 of hearts on the river. Freak Child trying to take Millie all in with just a pair of 7s. Ms. Martinez in the big blind for $2,000. Acer sitting back, sipping his warm kombucha like a pompous asshole, acehole. Option is checked by Ms. Martinez. Jack 7, ace, rainbowed up. 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 club. Millie will say no to the bet that would have put her all in. Ms. Martinez will take it. Millie gonna need to make a move here, which that move was it to fold. Thunderbird goes up an extra 2, and Freak Child and Ace are calling at 8-9 king. Checked over to Thunderbird from king, or the Acer. Checked around with the king again. This time a king of spades. Acer checks it over, and check, check. And there's a queen. And the Freak Child taking that one down with his 2 pair, kings and kings over queens. Queen in his hand played. Millie's all in on the blind, so no choice here for her. With an ace 10-4, 2 spades. $2,000 from Ms. Martinez. We'll get Acer out of there, and we are going to see trip tens. That will do it for Millie, who will take 5th. As Ms. Martinez flexes those muscles to stay in the game. And so far in the top 4. Could go further. Freak Child folding out. Even though we did show Millie's profile a little earlier, we didn't really do much of an expoundation of it. Millie also hails from Australia, 27, loves Hold'em. She's annoyed by a lack of wine. Somehow catches whole lots of royal flushes, supposedly. Syndicate overall, she's sitting 12th in the 2025 Syndicate Series, or season. As we see a 3-Jack-8 rainbowed up, Freak Child's action. $4,000 from Ms. Martinez. Freak Child will fold it out. Chip stacks. Thunderbird getting way ahead of everybody again. Which isn't hard to do when blinds are sitting at 2,000, 4,000. Acer, Freak Child, and then Ms. Martinez sitting below everybody at the moment. Ms. Martinez and Forking Ace hole in the blinds. Over to Thunderbird. See what's going to happen here. Out. Freak Child will limp in for the $4,000. And Acer checking his option. 2, 5, 4, 2 hearts. Acer will bet it for $4,000. Freak Child going in with him. Over to Ms. Martinez, who will pop out. A 10 of hearts comes. Forking Ace hole. And Freak Child goes all in, 11,530, a little bit over what Forking Ace hole's original bet was. And Freak Child will have the flush. Big time. Little insult, added insult to injury with the 2 of hearts there. And so things change. Big time. With that one, I think that puts, puts Freak Child back in the lead by about 1,000. And puts Acer down below in 4th now. As we start dealing with some big blinds and big bets that'll start coming in. Acer going all in pre-flop. And that'll be enough to steal the blinds. Or take back the blind. No, he stole the blinds. Acer's out of this hand. Thunderbird in the action, going up over the top on the big blind, doubling it up to $4,000. Freechild getting aggressive, going even further with another 20 grand over that. Ms. Martinez all in. Pocket pairs versus nines and sixes, and trip nines for Martinez. So Ms. Martinez will take this one down. And turns out to be a boat, nines over sevens. And Freechild will fold out. All in from Acer over to Ms. Martinez. Handling her chip stack very well throughout the entire game. Took a couple of good hits, but also fought right back easily. And it looks like this one's going to be done with for Acer, who will pop out at third after leading. Taking a couple of big hits back to back will knock him out in third place, giving Ms. Martinez the lead now for the first time. Here on the Assembly of the Syndicate's Gauntlet, game number 1. Leaving Ms. Martinez, Thunderbird, and Freakchild to battle it out. As Thunderbird goes all in, but catches a trip 2 on the turn. So Thunderbird will stay alive and take a big hit, give Ms. Martinez a big hit. That's about what we're going to see here as these final hands come around, because we're at 2,000, 4,000 on the blinds, and they will be going up another 1,000 here, 1,000, 2,000 respectively here shortly. About a little less than 2 minutes. Freakchild folding that one out. Thunderbird, pocket sevens. Tricky, tricky, tricky sevens. Freakchild getting out of the way on this one. Ms. Martinez, no thank you from Thunderbird's aggressive bet. Freakchild making the aggressive bet this time. And that will be called with an ace-3 from Thunderbird. Flop comes down, 9-6-6. Doesn't really help anything. Queen doesn't do much, but could be enough to put the end to the Freakchild, as pretty much the high card plays there for the win on that hand. So Freakchild out in third. We are heads up. Thunderbird versus Ms. Martinez, the assembly player. Ms. Martinez doing the assembly proud. Going heads up against Thunderbird from the Syndicate. And we'll see how this flop comes down. That will probably do her right there. Oh, there's the 10. Never mind. We will take that back. There's your Broadway. The one card that she needed was right there on the turn. Didn't have to wait around for that one and sweat it out. All in for Ms. Martinez. Winds up 3-6. So it is 6 grand to go just to see the flop at least. Ms. Martinez, and a minimum bet every time you bet of 6,000. Thunderbird will call that. 5 of clubs on the turn. Ms. Martinez checks it. 4 of spades to round that out. Possible straight out there. And a 6 grand bet for Ms. Martinez will be enough to take it down. We'll never know what it was. Thunderbird going 3 bet at 18 grand. 3 diamonds on the board. Possible straight flush could be sitting there. Thunderbird calls a flip. Going all in. Taking Ms. Martinez all in. Yep. And we got the pair of kings, and whoa, there we go. And there's their flip. And big flip with quads on the river. 4 of a kind nines on the river for Ms. Martinez. What a way to end this game. This is excitement right here, folks. This is why everybody wants to play with the Syndicate. I can tell you that right now. Thunderbird now all in. And this will probably do it right here. And that will do it. Thunderbird will go out. Ms. Martinez defending for the Assembly, taking first as the Assembly member, surviving all the Syndicate players, all the other Assembly members, and taking first place in the very first game of the first series for the Assembly of the Syndicate, the Gauntlet. Game 1, officially in the books. Thunderbird rounding out second, Freakchild third. And our leaderboard finalizes completely wrong there. Let's refresh that. Ms. Martinez first, Thunderbird second, Freakchild third, Acer fourth, Millie, Vixen, Biggie Large, Eaton took eighth, just above Calixi Dave in ninth, 2 other Assembly members, and then Jammer and Boss rounding out the very bottom spots. So there you go, gang. Don't forget to check out the Syndicate playing at PokerNow.club. But the Syndicate is found at syndicatepokerclub.com. And we will see you on the next broadcast. Next Syndicate game is Secret Bounty. Probably will not be streamed. Probably won't be seeing you guys until Monday with Omaha Overdrive. Check out the entire schedules over at syndicatepokerclub.com. Once again, free roll poker right here.